So there are over 10,000 zoos in the world, and in all those zoos there are even more animals that are kept in cages or behind just some bars like that. So should we keep animals in zoos? And so hello everyone, my name is Lily and I'm the first speaker of the negative team. So it means that I disagree with the motion we should keep animals in zoos. So I talked about two reasons for why I disagree with that motion and I talk about those reasons now. So the first point is that if we keep animals in zoos, then it will affect their health. So why does it affect their health? I will talk about this. So I don't mean the health like they get sick or they have some sickness like an illness. I mean that it affects their mental health. So it's like stress or anxiety. Well, animals usually they're kept behind bars, like in a cage. It's like being a criminal and being kept behind bars when you haven't done anything. And when animals are at zoos, then there will be a lot of people who look at them and stare at them and do many things with them. Animals would feel depressed because people are just staring at them and talking loudly around them and taking their pictures all day long. So it means that animals will feel depressed and they will feel anxiety. They will feel like some kind of anxiety because people are just staring at them and they aren't doing just staring at them and they're taking their pictures all day long and they're pointing at them. So animals will think that is a bad gesture and they will feel depressed because they're being stared at and being pointed at and they aren't in their natural habitat. So like for example, if there's an animal, a really wild one, like tigers or lions, they prefer to live in the jungle or in savanna or the desert. Well, if those animals, those kind of animals, are put in zoos or in a small space, in a small area, then they will be depressed because, well, you know, lions and tigers, they like to run around. They like to run around far distances and they like to catch their own prey and they like to eat a lot. They like to eat really fresh meat that they catch themselves. Well, but if they are in zoos, then those areas are small and they would have to run around that place over again and again to release their energy. And they won't be able to catch their own prey at all. So it proves that if animals are in zoos, then they aren't in the natural habitat. So it leads to like mental health issues, like depression, anxiety, or stress. So my second reason is that if animals stay in zoos and then they are let out in the wild again, then it will be bad for them because like when they're in zoos, they don't really know how to hunt for themselves anymore because they stay in zoos for too long, or there are some kind of animals that are bred in zoos and that are bred in zoos, so they don't even know anything about hunting for themselves or about how to survive when they're being hunted by other predators. So animals might suffer, or it makes animals harder for them to live in the wild again when they are let out from zoos. So, like for example, if there's a tiger, or maybe just a lion or a lynx, it's bred in zoos, but its parents are from the wild and captured into the zoos, but then it would be bred in zoos. So it doesn't know the first thing about hunting, about how to hunt, or about how to hide from being prey. So when it gets out in the wild, when the zoo people release it to the wild, then it will easily be captured by some of its predators, or it might just die of starvation because it just can't hunt for itself. So I think it proves that animals shouldn't be kept in zoos because when they are in zoos, they don't know anything about surviving and they don't know anything about survival. And when they are let out again, then it would be even harder for them to survive. So those are my two reasons for why I believe that the motion we should keep animals in zoos is wrong, and that animals shouldn't be kept in zoos, and instead they should be able to live in nature, or in the forest, in the woods, or just in their natural habitat. So those are my opinion, and thank you for listening.